Dr. James JC Cooley. That's right. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer.
Yeah. Dr. James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah. James JC Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We got an absolutely magnificent, talented guest on today that's doing big things. And, she's also a veteran. And that's, Navy, that Navy thing. So I'm excited to have this guest on. She's going to tell you about a lot of things that she is doing, especially with her entrepreneurship, ideals, and a brand, and a lot of different things. I tell you what, this young lady name is Latasha Fennell. She spent 25 years in the Navy and a lot of other things. I tell you what, I'm going to bring her on. She's going to tell all of us a lot more about her. So welcome to the stage, Latasha Fennell. How you doing? Doing?
I am Blingy Fantastic. How are you?
You know what? I'm fantastic. I don't know about the blingy, but I'm fantastic. But you are doing so many things. I'm talking about with your products and your jewelry, um, and a lot of other things. But before we get there, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you, where you grew up, what made you click, why you so passionate about the things that you do?
Well, a lot of people didn't know that I served 25 years in the military, United States Navy. I was a logistics specialist, and I'm from a small town right outside of Memphis, Tennessee, called West Memphis, Arkansas. I grew up with my grandmother in Proctor, Arkansas. That's where my roots. That's what makes me click because I got an old soul. And my grandmother, she was a lot of wonderful things. She can do anything. And I think that's where my entrepreneurship started because I saw this lady that could do all things and she made money and she didn't have like a 9 to 5 job. The things that she did bring in money and smiles to people's faces. So I knew she was something special and to live up to her standards and do the things that she did and do it with class.
Wow. So it's amazing. I'm from Tennessee as well. Chattanooga, Tennessee, but the things that we learn from our grandparents
Mhm.
and actually family, just watching them, especially when it comes to creating things, hard work to survival, etc. So that's amazing. So I'm gonna throw a wrench in it right off the bat. Right off the bat. If you had to choose one adjective to describe you, what would that adjective be and why?
I would say resilience, strong, loving. You know, sometimes people look at me as very hard, determined, where I know I'm very determined because I feel like if you just try just a little bit, you can make a difference and things can get done, you know. So I come from a place where um, you don't ask. You basically do what you're told to do, and you respect that. You respect your elders, and if you put yourself together, you don't know who's watching, and you just give them and respect people the same way you want to be respected. And you don't know what a person is going through, and you might be that person that can make a difference for them that day. Just a smile, just a hello. Because I mean, in the city, you don't get many people to even speak to you. Everyone's about themselves.
Wow. You're absolutely right. And we never know what a person is going through.
Yeah.
And you could be that shining spot in that person's life for that moment to keep them from doing something crazy to themselves. So, you spent 25 years in the military. Who or what inspired you to join the greatest service of them all, the United States Navy?
So when I was in school, I actually was in JROTC, and I was always I had a lot of members in my family that was in the Army. And when I was in school, the Navy recruiters used to come to the school. You get the Marines, you would get the Army and the Navy and Coast Guard would all come through. And I fell in love with the white uniform, to be honest with you. And I saw the shiny, the ribbons and the medals, and I was like, man, they look really, really good in that white uniform because it stood out. And I wanted to travel. And being in JROTC in the Army, JROTC, it's like a lot of field activity. So I was like, they ain't traveling nowhere. But when I was listening to the Navy recruiters that came through, they were talking about Japan, Thailand, and Australia, all of these places. I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I need to be because, like, again, I'm from a small town. So I'm like, I want to leave from here, and I don't want to pay to leave. I want to travel all these places that they're talking about for free and enjoy myself and see what was out there. So I was ready, and I was like, that uniform would look good on me, and they had me.
So, what have you traveled since the Navy?
I have went all over, Japan, Australia, Thailand, Singapore, where else? Guam, um, Iraq, Kuwait, places I didn't want to go.
Yeah,
Places I try to forget. Korea. My gosh, man. A lot of Asia. I lived over there, and I also traveled and was stationed there a couple of times. And not like I said, it's not the military taught me a lot of things, especially being where I'm from. I respect, the things that people got to go through, but I had a lot of fun, and I don't take it for granted. And that's one of the things that every day now that when I wake up, and I've only been retired since last year, October. So I'm like pushing almost 7 months now. And I'm like, man, I don't even know what to do with myself because I still have all this energy. And I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing today? So I'm having fun. And I was just down there about a midway 2 days ago, watching the ships pull out. And I was like waving like, yeah. You guys have a good day.
So what are some of the experience that you learned from the Navy or military that you live by today?
Being responsible, being, having a disciplined role, being accountable, because a lot of people that I have met in the civilian where, a lot of people are not very responsible and accountable for their own action. And that taught me, and being a great leader. I thought, just being in the military, being a leader in that leadership role as a senior chief, is like, that was part of my job. But taking all of that and bringing it into the civilian, I'm like, man, this leadership thing is huge. And I do it with a smile because it comes so easy because being responsible for somebody else and whatever they do, and, now I'm waking up like, oh, that's their problem. I still feel like it's my problem when one of my, colleagues or one of the entrepreneur females that I'm talking to, I feel like I need to jump in and do something because I have done it all these years.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, first segment is always getting to know the guests. But we're going to take a station break. When we come back, we're going to dive off into Latasha business, entrepreneurship, all the things that she's doing. If you want to be part of this conversation, regardless of where you're watching us on E360 Television, Frankfurt TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and 84 other platforms, welcome to the show. And all you have to do is just go to the comments and ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, just sitting here enjoying this conversation with Latasha. Now we're going to delve deep into some of the things that she's doing. We're talking about her entrepreneurship. We're talking about her jewelry, all the different things that she's doing. So let's dive right off into that right now. Latasha, what was the moment or experience that you had when you said, this is what I want to do, that inspired you to start your own businesses? I wouldn't say business.
Like I had stated early, I'm a logistics specialist, so I'm always talking to vendors and buying things for the military and paying bills and handling the finance for the Navy. So I was really good at that and ordering and shipping out things. So it was like I was already doing that. So when I went on one of my deployments to Okinawa, I saw this piece when I was out in town, and every time I would see something, I envisioned that it could be a necklace, it could be a bracelet. And then in the chief mess, we love to tell people, oh, I'm a chief, I'm a senior chief, I'm a master chief. So I would take our anchors and I would make bracelets. And so we would walk around town or, go to outings, and we would represent who we were. And I got so good at that. And that's when I started. But I was just doing, and that was like back in 2018, I was just doing it for the chief mess because we were always do something for each other. It was kind of like it gave us motivation, and that pride of, hey, you're in the chief mess. And that was a big thing for us. So I would do that, and then I was making money. So I was like, oh, I got something here. The money was an additional motivator to it. I was like, man, not only was I good at doing that, but I was actually making money on the side doing just that. And I always liked shiny things as I was growing up because my grandmother, and a lot of people probably don't call it these days, they used to go to the juke joint. It's like a small little country club. Yeah. And I would watch my grandmother and my aunties get all pretty and put on the earrings and the necklace. And that inspired me. So every time I saw something shining, it made me want to make something. And it was like my stress reliever, because I couldn't wear those things in uniform. So it was like I started transitioning. As soon as I got in my car, I was turning to Boss Lady Bling Blingy because I wanted to look like myself, not everybody else.
Can you tell our viewers and listeners out there exactly what is Boss Lady Bling Bling? What do you guys make? I know it's fashion and jewelry.
Yeah. So Boss Lady Bling Blingy Boutique is a lot of bees, okay? So it's something that I came up. Actually, my sailors helped me name my business. I first just originally came up with Boss Lady because the sailors would see me and they would crack jokes because I'm always trying to tell someone what to do, which was my job. But sailors, they was like, "Oh, here come Boss Lady! Everybody, hurry up, let's go, because here she comes. She's gonna ask you to do something." And so when I got so good with the bracelets and stuff, and then I was like, I'm gonna create the business. And everyone was laughing. They was like, "What are you gonna name it?" Jokingly, they was like, "She's gonna name it Boss Lady." So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name it Boss Lady. But it's missing something. And then they was like, maybe you can name it all of those gear drift you wear with your uniform, because I would wear a bracelet. I would try to slide in the bracelet, something that I wasn't supposed to have. And so I was like, how about bling, Boss Lady Bling? And then later it became Boss Lady Bling Blingy. and it was funny, just like we're laughing now, but I set up a tent in a park in Imperial Beach. And all of the things that I was creating at the time was just necklace and earrings and bracelets. And the community loved the name. And people would drive by and they were sad and they were like, Boss Lady Bling Blingy? And it stuck. It was something that they couldn't forget because, once you start saying it, you like Bling Blingy, Lady Blingy. That they didn't even call me by my real name. My name everywhere is Lady Blingy. They don't even call me Latasha. Like, they don't even know me as that. And so that business stuck, and then it became fashion because I got a lot of models and people ready for red carpets, and TV shows, speakers, coaches. So it became important because I was able to help people look good. And most people, majority, more than most, when you look good, you feel amazing. And so I started getting a lot out of that because I could see the difference from when I walked in and got them ready, styled them, and put the bling on them. They became a whole nother person. And it was ready. So the business became more important and more about the people and getting people ready to shine.
I love it. I'm loving this. Boss Lady, that stands out. Let's show a little bit about some of your products. Here we go.
Would be history. You know what I'm saying? My people's in the place. Let's count it off. 1, 2. Tell me what y'all do. 3, 4. It's time for all of y'all to just rock and roll till you roll and rock. Then you rock to the rhythm and just don't stop. 5, 6. Get up inside the mix. 7, 8. No time to hesitate. So let's rock and roll till you roll and rock. Then you rock to the rhythm and just don't stop. Yo, it's like nothing changed, it's all the same thing. The same characters in the book with different names. It's a lot more to lose than you got to gain. You a lot more confused than hip to the game. To beat the script to the game, the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice product there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think you said that you were working with Macy's, working with other stores to get your product. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So just recently, last week, I was invited by SBA, Small Business to actually go inside of Macy's. Macy's backed me and my business to showcase my product. So in Santee, Macy's Santee, which is a smaller Macy's, gave me the opportunity to merge in with them in the front, and they shared their customers. I love it. I did so well, and I'm invited back to continue to have my things in Macy's.
Wow. I hope you get in all of the stores.
And that's the goal. It only take one time, and if you do so good and people love you, and it's the community that has gotten me where I am today. Just being out there and seeing what people want and need, it'll take you so far.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So how was the transition for you from the military to entrepreneurship? Did you run across any bumps, or was you concerned that things might not turn out like they are right now? That I'm doing great.
Well, that's always a concern, because for me, I always have like 30 plans, you know, because it's like we know how to pivot. That's one thing the military taught me. It's not always going to go as planned. So the mission has to be done. So it's like, hey, you train like you fight, you know. So the financial part was a concern of mine. And it was not easy, because I'm like, okay, I'm used to the 1st and the 15th. I'm gonna always get paid on those days. So now I can't. Before I was like, okay, that side job was more like a hobby, but my real job was being in the military, serving and protecting. So transitioning full time, being a civilian, was like, this Boss Lady Bling Blingy is now my full-time job. So I need to be ready. And I felt like, man, I don't think I'm all the way in. It was just that fear of knowing that I didn't have the military to back me. Now I have to do it. And, I can't say, well, I don't feel like doing it today because I got watch, or, I have something else that I really have to do. But what made it more easier for me was it didn't feel like a job. Like every day when I wake up, I am who I am. I have fun with it. So it's such a passion that it's not a job to me. I don't look at it as a job. I look at it as, hey, what are we doing today? Who am I going to bling today? Who I'm going to talk to? And I just have fun with it. That it's like I'm making money, just having fun.
It's always amazing to be doing something that doesn't feel like a job, just like television, radio, and all that. I just love doing it. I'm always having fun, and I'm excited. And I get a chance to talk to great folks like you,
and meet people. Learn something new every day. And that's what I was taught in the military. It's time to get out when you stop learning. You need to learn something new every day. And it was like, okay, now I know I can pass the torch, because, hey, I have reached to the point where I'm ready to, take off the combat boots and put on the high heels, the blingy high heels, because it kept calling me, and it was like I wouldn't even make it out the parking lot off base. I was thinking about bling. I was thinking about, something else, because I was like, okay, it's time. I did everything I was supposed to do. I reached to senior chief. I would have wanted to be a master chief, but I felt like, hey, I gave my all 25 years. That's a very long time, and I still had the energy to start a whole nother career.
Do you miss the military? You said 7 months. I do.
Well, I miss the people, but I really enjoy being able to like wake up and choose what I want to do, not, feel like this has to be done or I gotta be there at 4:30 in the morning. I'm still up, drinking coffee, knowing that I don't have to go anywhere. So I'm still trying to get over that. I don't think that's ever going to change, because if you've been doing something like that 25 years, that's kind of hard to like shake. But I miss the people, and I know that we're in good hands. The leaders that's out there, they get a chance to do it their way, you know. So I salute them. I wish them the best. And when I'm out there, if I see something where I can get in and help them, I'm there.
I like the attitude. That's what it's all about.
Hmm.
Having a great attitude and always seeing the positive in others, where we can help uplift them
Yep.
to be the best that they can be. We're gonna take a station break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk to Boss Lady again, a lot more. We got 2 more segments, and we got a lot of stuff we're gonna dive into. So, whichever platform that you're watching us on, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments on the platform you're watching us on, ask any questions, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research, because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are. Grow in faith. And build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and today's topic we'll be talking about is from combat boots to the blingy high heel reinventing yourself. You know what I'm saying? We got this absolutely fantastic guest on talking about all those things. You know, so I want to get right back to it. So, Latasha, for the veterans that might be coming out the service, uh, what advice would you give them on coming out, reinventing themselves? Because by utilizing some of the things that we learn in the military, but also how to apply that to entrepreneurship and creating their own businesses.
I would definitely tell them, do it now, do it scared, do it big, because they already have the tools. A lot of people think like, oh, I don't know where to start. Well, guess what? You already have the management tools. You already have the leadership tools. You already accountable and responsible. So you're ahead of the game more than what you think you are. It's just that fear of not knowing where you're going to get the money from. It would come. It would come because I know, just like the feeling that I had, we don't quit. We somewhat feel like a failure when we're coming out because we don't know, like, the, I would say, the civilian terms of how to do things, because we have like a structured schedule on how we do things in the military. So, and we are told not to shoot from the hip. So when you get out, you're kind of like, oh, I need a guideline or this book to show me what I need to do. But just do it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You'll figure it out along the way, because that's what we do. It's more easier than what it sounds. It's not as hard. It's just that once you figure it out and you know where you need to go, what paperwork you need, it's smooth sailing from there.
Wow. So, what was your original vision with your bling bling? I'm talking about original vision that over time it has grown. I mean, what would you expecting to get out of it initially?
My original vision was like, oh, I was just gonna make some products for the military. Because that's what I knew, and I was good at that. But then once I started making items and products for other people, it grew so fast that it kind of scared me, because it was moving so fast. And then when I got into fashion and started doing things in Hollywood and for big red carpet events, it just grew so fast that I was like, this thing can go further than what I ever imagined. And I was like, and I'm the face of it, so it has to work. So I'm like, this got to work. And so whatever I had on and whatever I made, I was able to sell it, and I was able to show it off, because if it looked good on me, other people and women was like, hey, I like that. Where'd you get it? And I'm like, you can't buy this in store, you know? And so, and I was able to communicate and reenact with people. That was one of my strongest skills, is, being able to talk to people.
So how do you design your product? First of all, can you tell our viewers and listeners some of the products that you design and how you go about doing that?
The funniest thing is I do not draw. I am the worst drawer you can. I make some stick figures. So I don't draw. I visualize everything. I see it. I see a product, a piece of material, and I say that could be some really, really nice earrings. So immediately I have to get everything that I need to make it and start piecing it together and bring it to light, because I'm the type of person, I'm a hands-on. So when I see it, I have to start on it so I don't forget it. So it's like an immediate thing. And so I make anything from show-stopping necklace, big blingy necklace, earrings, blingy bras, jacket, military jackets. So you'll see people when they retire, they have the bling on there. I also do it for civilian. I also do unisex clothing, hats, boss hats, blinged out Converse shoes, bracelets for guys, bomber jackets. It's like a one-stop shop.
And you do
Paintings as well. People that have old paintings on their wall or want to give their painting a 3D look, I have done that and had those in auctions we got $25K for it, you know.
Wow, so talented. I'm just like you. I wouldn't be able to draw nothing either. But are you doing all this yourself? Do you have a team or others that you teaching how to do this? In case of explosion, mean you get real big, which I think.
I don't have a team. My son and will help me. Like he's the artist. That's what a lot of people didn't know. Like I say, I didn't draw, but my son is very good at drawing. So he was the guy behind the scenes because he totally hates the camera. He's like, I would do it for you, but I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do that stuff on camera. But yeah, he would draw and show me like, hey, it should look something like this. And if you put this together, and I'm like, yeah, that's totally what I was looking for. So he came up with the logo and all of that by drawing it out with the lions. But now I have a team with the fashion, which is somebody I collaborate with from time to time. But really, it's just me that's doing all of the bling because it's like I say, I visualize it. So when I see something, I'm the one that do it. I can't kind of teach someone else what I see.
You're absolutely right. But at least you got your son that can do all the drawing and sketching.
It's like he's forced. I'm like, boy, I want it like this.
That's you only got one son?
I only have one son. Yes.
Oh yeah. So what roles do faith, fashion plays in shaping your brand industry?
Oh, it plays a big role because I honestly feel like if you don't have faith and you don't have God, none of those things would be possible for me. And then once you have that in like passion, because if you're not passionate about anything, what's the point of doing it? You know, and just have a little faith, believe, you know, because if you don't truly believe in yourself, then why should someone else believe in what you're doing and what you're saying? Because you don't believe. So all three of those together makes me, and it keeps me going, and keeps other people going because I'm able to pour into someone else because I believe that it's gonna work. And when you believe that it's gonna work, you're gonna almost do any and everything to ensure that it does.
You know, I can sense and big things coming from you for these products. You know, it's because you got the right attitude, the right motivation, right discipline, and it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. I tell you, we're gonna take a station break. We're gonna come back. We ain't done. No. We got a lot more we're gonna talk to Latasha about. So I'm gonna tell you again, if you want to be part of the conversation, whichever platform that you're watching this on, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after break.
In this life you are gonna grow, but there's things in this world that you gotta know. To be the best that you can be, you wanna grow real big into a strong tree. To be who you're created to be, the one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you got to have these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. Oh yeah. It's the 4 C's.
At Viridian Christian University, we believe education is more than just a degree. It's a pathway to a purpose-driven life. Whether you're advancing your career, pursuing a passion, or building a new future, VCU's 100% online programs give you the flexibility to learn on your terms, anywhere, anytime. With expert faculty, personalized mentorship, and a faith-centered approach, you'll gain the skills, knowledge, and leadership you need to make a lasting impact. VCU offers bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees, each designed to empower you for success in today's fast-changing world. Join a global community of believers, learners, and leaders. Ready to start your journey? Viridian Christian University, transforming lives, empowering futures. Visit us at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. That's ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm sitting here having such a wonderful discussion with this young lady here. And you know, military, from the boots to high heels. You know, it's a friend of both of ours. He said to tell you hello. Here it is.
Oh, Terry. Yeah, I served with him. I served with him overseas.
Yeah, I know Terry well. He's listened to the show. And wow.
He's a good person. I like him.
Oh, Dr. Terry Spain.
Yes. Doctor.
Know him well. You know, before we start, I got to talk to you about this university. I mean, Viridian Christian University. Viridian Christian University. Yeah, I'm the chancellor. But that's not what I'm telling you about that. I'm telling you about that because if you look into further your education, we have over 30 degree programs, bachelor's, master's, doctorate, and we also, if you're doing above and beyond, we have our honorary doctorate degree programs as well. So
that's funny you mentioned that. I received my honorary doctorate in 2023. Yep.
Oh, how you doing, Doc? Yeah. So if you want this further, all you have to do is go to ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's ViridianChristianUniversity.com. Let's get back to this conversation. What is your vision? That's my overall vision for growing your companies.
It to be a household name. I always tell people I'm gonna be the next Black Martha Stewart.
and you can.
Yes, because we already do it all, and you don't think about it like that. Sometimes when we sit down at the end of the day, if you really think about everything that you touch and did, it's crazy because we do it a lot. Some of us do things before people even wake up in the morning. So I envision it to be so big. That's why I wrote a book to talk about, how I gotten this far. And because a lot of people think like, oh, she just started yesterday. No, I was doing this before I decided that, hey, this was going to be it. So like 6 years ago, I was like, hey, I want to start something. So when I'm ready to transition into being a civilian, I have a head start. I can start working some of the kinks out. So I'm not, fully behind. And I can use all of the tools in the toolbox that the Navy have provided for me to help me, do the things that I'm doing right now.
Wow. Do you, expansion wise, do you plan? I'm talking about, I know you mentioned Macy's,
Yeah.
but do you have other plans of getting in other stores as well?
Oh, absolutely. Um, Macy is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. You know, uh, I'm trying to take this from where I don't have to work so hard to put those pieces together, but I think I would design things for other designers to help them with their brand and add bling to, some of their fashion and be able to walk away knowing that, hey, they took my idea and my creative styles to incorporate it with their things. And all I had to do was do it one time, and then they can make it 3,500 times if they like. But I already have gotten paid for that. So um, again, being an author and being collaboration with other people in LA and doing behind the scenes sitcoms and commercials on TV, those are just little things that will keep me going forever, because it's not just one thing. So I'm never going to get bored because it's not just the jewelry. When I'm bored of making a bracelet or some earrings, you'll see me writing because no one can take that from me. Those are my goals, my thoughts. They say if you really want someone to, you want to hide a secret, put it in the book, you know. you know, most people won't open it up and read. And that's why I tell them, if you want to know how I did it, I already gave you the blueprint. I wrote the book from comeback boots to blingy high heels. It shows you how I started, I was bootstrapping. Nobody gave me this big $50,000 loan to do any of these things. Every first and the 15th, I took my $150, and put it into my business. And whatever money that I made from my business, I put it back into the business to keep it going because I had a paycheck coming in on the 1st and the 15th that I could live off of. And then I used whatever the business made to keep the business going.
So, where can people get your book?
They can get it in Barnes and Nobles here in East Lake if you're in California. It's on shelf. You can also get it in Barnes and Nobles online all over, and you can get it on Amazon. And if you just want to get it from me with a signature, you can go on bossladyblingblingy.com and order directly from me. Or you can see me at the Near Book signing event here in San Diego. I'm all over.
So you got a book signing coming up anytime soon?
So we're going to be doing one here mid-June at Barnes and Nobles in East Lake.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming up soon. I had already started my book signing tour. I've been in Carlsbad Library, the city library down there. San Ysidro, I did one in my shop downtown San Diego. And we're trying to gear up to do the next big one here at Barnes and Nobles.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The book signings is always great. I love them.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what are some takeaways that you want our viewers and our listeners to get from this great discussion?
Don't be afraid to ask people for help, because a lot of times you feel like there's not enough information out there when it really is. I think a lot of times we think we can just do it all on our own, but I promise you the help is out there. And there's people like me, veterans, that's been in your shoes And even if you never served a day in the military, it's the community. No one become a superstar by themselves. It's the people. So be kind, be nice, and help someone, because you never know when you're gonna need the help. You never know when you're gonna need the community, because your star don't shine bright without the people.
You're absolutely right about that. You know, Latasha, I want to invite you back on the show again. You've been absolutely fantastic. And yes, certainly want to get you back on if your schedule permits.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to thank you for coming on the show today. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always, always, always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.